thank you so much for joining us. We are so appreciative. Today, I'm excited to spend a little time and ask some questions with Miss DaShawn Johnson. DaShawn is the mother of two phenomenal young ladies, ages 17 and 11. And she's been with Eckerd now, believe it or not. We're just days away from her 7th anniversary with us. And she began as a program coordinator and then advanced to a regional program manager in Osceola, Brevard, and Polk County. And now she's the director of Strive Academy. DaShawn loves spending time with her family. She loves spending time and traveling with her two girls. I have to tell you, some of you Tampa Bay people aren't going to like this. DaShawn is a big-time Buffalo Bills fan. So
go Bills.
And go DaShawn. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for Strive Academy.
Well, let's take just a couple minutes. Tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got to Strive Academy, and tell me just about your passion for helping young people improve their lives and build a bigger future. And we'll get into the program next. But I want to hear about DaShawn first.
Okay, sure. Originally, I wasn't supposed to be in this field. I kind of felt
DaShawn, I need you to unmute yourself real quick. For some reason it went to mute. There you go.
Yep, I don't know how that happened. Sorry.
I don't know.
All right, I'm sorry about that. As I was saying, I was not supposed to be in this field. I went to school for communication studies with a focus on public relations and marketing. But my first real job out of undergrad was teaching publication, layout, and design to at-risk and underprivileged teens in a grant-funded program. It was an after-school program in Buffalo, New York. From there, I became interested in social services, and I went into a career working in foster care and adoption. And then eventually I worked in our juvenile correction facility in Buffalo, New York. And I think that's where I realized that I was really focused on social services. So I went back to school to get my master's in human service administration. But how I got to Strive Academy is when I moved from Buffalo, New York to Florida, just about 8 years ago. I was lucky enough to find Community Connections, which was a program of Eckerd. Our contract ended in 2019, and Strive Academy was birthed as a new contract. And in our old contract, we provided community-based supervision, youth on probation. And then this new contract, it gave me the opportunity to take on what I had taken on in Community Connections, but also adding education services to it with Strive Academy. So we're a school setting education program, and we do community supervision.
Very good. Very good. Well, that's pretty special. It's interesting that this is kind of it is a unique program in Eckerd's model, and it sounds like. Are there any openings now for anybody else that might want to move into a school setting?
We actually do have openings. We have openings in our Pinellas County program. Have a program support specialist supervisor as well as a program support specialist. Those are our direct care staff. And in our Polk County program, we have a program support specialist direct care as well as our clinical case manager position.
Very good. Well, talk to me about the program itself. I know when I look at the website, I see, of course, academic assistance, life skills, employable skills, mental health and substance abuse support. Just talk to me about the different kinds of things you do and the setting in which it's done.
Absolutely. So one of the things is that all of our participants who are referred to us by the Department of Juvenile Justice have an educational need. So when they're referred to us, not only are they on probation, but they also have a need for some type of either remediation or credit recovery that we assist them with. We collaborate with the Pinellas County and Polk County School Board. They provide certified teachers and paraprofessionals for us. Our students in Pinellas County work on Apex, which is an online platform, and Polk County works on Edgenuity online platform. We also have education staff in the classroom to support our youth as they go through their education journey. They're with us for a full day. Our school day for some can begin as early as 6 a.m. as our transportation starts that early. We provide transportation to and from school for all of our students. They arrive approximately around 8:30, 8:40 a.m. And they have breakfast. And then we move into our education portion of the program before 9 a.m. School ends about 2:40 p.m. and then they have a little bit of a break, and then we go into our intervention portion of our program, which is about 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. So they are with us for a long day. And during that day, they receive all of our intervention services. So they could be receiving individual counseling, substance abuse, our evidence-based program, which is moral recognition therapy, life skills, self-esteem programs, job readiness, community service, restorative justice programs. We take them out into the community. We teach them about their communities that they live in, and try to teach them the resources that are around them so that when they do become of age and they can be self-sufficient and know how to fend for themselves.
Awesome. You know, that's just, it's mind-boggling to me. So you're with them the whole day, but you kind of move into more of what I would call personal remediation and just help them with all of their individual needs in that session after school, after the formal classroom.
If they did the after school session.
Let's see here. Well, let me talk just a minute, DaShawn, about just tell me about some of the kids. First of all, how many, I know you have, there's multiple locations, correct? Or is it one location?
We have two locations. We have our Polk County location and our Pinellas County location. Kima Burrell, somebody is not on mute.
Yeah, I'm trying to get folks to mute, so. Now I just muted you. Sorry, you have to unmute yourself again.
All right, can you hear me?
I hear you now, sorry.
All right, no problem. As I said, we have two locations. We have our Polk County location, and Kima Burrell is the program manager of our Polk County location. Not sure if she's on today because she is on PTO, but she may have logged on. If so, say hello, Kima. I don't think she's on. And Kim was actually featured on as our Strive Academy staff on our Facebook page. So if people get an opportunity, please go to our Facebook page.
Yeah, I hear them.
And then you can meet some of our staff that way. We also have our Pinellas County program, and April Stewart, who is on, is our program manager of Pinellas County. Do you want to say hello, April? Hello, everybody. So we have a phenomenal team at Strive Academy that consists of program managers at each location, 2 case managers, 1 clinical case manager, and 6 PSS at each location. And so we're fully staffed to handle the population that we served.
Very good. Now how many young people are at each school?
Our maximum capacity at each location is 30 students, and currently we are not at our maximums. In Polk County, I believe we're at 20 today, and in Pinellas County, we're at 8.
That makes sense. And I know the question has come up. People wanted to know, how they could join the program, and they have to be referred, right? And they got to be in that school district, correct?
They do. All of our youth have to be on probation, and they're referred to us by their probation officers in each county.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, talk to me about, it's been a crazy year with COVID. How have you guys provided services through this time period? What's it look like now moving forward? take just a minute and talk about this crazy pandemic and still trying to meet the needs of kids.
Absolutely. So last year we had to totally reevaluate how we did things. We had to learn how to use our virtual platforms, WebEx and Teams, to provide services. We had to learn that quickly. And our team did a great job in adapting, and so did our students. Actually, they did much better than we thought they would. We did have to put some incentives in place for not only our students but as well as their families, so that we could make sure we could continue services without too much of a lag, going from being at school in a building every day to being fully virtual for 9 or so months. So it was a challenge, but I do think that Strive Academy rose to the challenge.
I know we had one question come in the chat. Do you think that COVID has impacted the number of kids in the program? Is it caused the capacity to go down a little bit?
It has. It has. I know each circuit, they look for referrals for us on a continuous basis. But courts had shut down for a long period of time, and so cases weren't coming through the court system to be referred to us.
Very interesting. Wow. Well, talk to me. I know you've had a couple success awards. Some of your students have been recognized for their achievement. Talk to me about some of the kids. You don't need to share their names, but tell me some stories of some kids that have turned it around and landed on their feet.
Yes, we've had, I think today, we started in July 2019, and if I'm not mistaken, to date, we've had over 20 youth successfully complete our program. And some of those youth we did submit for our Success Award through Eckerd Connects. One of them is a young man who successfully completed with us. He went back into high school, and he was able to get on the basketball team and move on with his future in a normal, not on probation way. And his therapy, as he called it, was photography and art. And so we assisted him with a Success Award in purchasing items that he could use to do visual art and photography to help him.
Did you pee in your underwear?
To help him stay focused on his journey. And actually, we just followed up with him. Our transitional case manager followed up with him again yesterday. He's still off probation. Unfortunately, he did get in a car accident. And so it has limited him in some ways, but we are still working with him, although he has left our program.
Very interesting. Wow. That's for a kid to kind of move, get off probation, get and really mainstream back into high school. That's pretty special. You may have mentioned it before, but what are the age ranges of the young people in the program?
Yes, we take ages 12 to 19, having to be at least in 6th grade if they're 12 years old.
Okay, very good, very good. And that just that whole concept of this young man that was able to back into regular high school, get on the basketball team, work on his issues, and really get back into mainstream, and to have gotten a Success Award to help with equipment so that he could pursue his interest of photography and that kind of thing. It just makes me think about the wide range of opportunities that people have, that they can get involved in a child's life and make just an amazing difference. These kinds of Success Awards, the average cost is about $1,500 if we've got any supporters on the call with us today, and I believe we do. But again, it depends on the age of the child. In nearly all cases, the recipients of our Success Awards do handwritten thank you notes. They kind of reach out, and we try and make sure that the funders of those Success Awards get those notes. We have some other young people as part of their program that like arts and crafts actually frame and mat those those thank you notes that we give to donors and supporters. I know that if the young person is older, 18, that a lot of times they'll even do a recorded video to thank our supporters. And again, success awards are just a great thing that people can get involved in. One thing I did want to mention, if you're interested in supporting a success award, funding a scholarship just like the one that DaShawn mentioned, right now, through the generosity of a foundation, we've got a 2-to-1 match. So for every dollar you give, they'll contribute $2. And so you help us fund one award and they'll come alongside and fund 2 more. That's pretty exciting. But DaShawn, let's take just a minute. And I know you and I were talking about just some of the needs that you have at Strive Academy. Let's take just a minute and kind of go over some of those. These are things that are outside of your existing contract, correct?
Yes. What we would like to do is do a welcome basket for all of our new families as we get new youth or students who are referred. We would like to do a welcome package for them. One of the things that I didn't mention earlier is that we are all about family engagement within Strive Academy. And so we do have a monthly family engagement activity. COVID impacted that as well. We went from having people on site every one Saturday a month to do some type of activity with them, a support group with the parents, focus groups, bringing in speakers, to having to do everything virtually. We are slowly moving back into having some on-site activities in our office. But we would like to be able to do more for our families that we can't do within the contract. One of the desires.
Welcome basket's a great idea. Now, when will the kids physically be back in the classroom? And could a donor, if they wanted to, take a tour of the classroom?
They actually are back in the classroom now. We came back on site in September.
Awesome.
And it was kind of a phase. We had some on site, some still virtual. And we do have a few students who are still virtual now. And they can remain virtual because they are doing well in portions of the program. So yes, a tour can be arranged, to answer your question.
Awesome. Well, now I know welcome baskets. I love that idea. To help the new families, and like you said, to kind of have a community event there where you really begin to build a strong support structure. So I love that idea. What else in that $1,000 range could a donor support you with?
Both of our locations would like to add a portable PA system. Would make it easier for us to communicate throughout the site, as well as an outdoor screen projector to be able to give families like a movie in the park experience that some of them, have not had.
Oh, that's a neat idea. Very special. Very special. Now, you kind of move up and we begin thinking about things at that $5,000 level, and the overall needs for the whole program. Mobile hotspots. Tell me about that. I'm sure these technology needs have really spiked in the COVID pandemic impact. But talk to me about that.
Yes. So when COVID first hit, we all had to go remote. A lot of our students did not have mobile hotspots. Education did have some. In some cases, there weren't enough for all of our students. And although we are back on site, there are times when things happen and we have to quarantine the entire site, and then everybody has to then be remote once again. And we would like to have enough hotspots for all of our students so that they can continue working from home without interruption.
Very good. That sure makes sense. And a couple things I didn't realize. So there are student uniforms in the school?
Yes, they do have to wear a polo shirt and a plain pair of pants or jeans. It's not an exact formal uniform like with an insignia or anything like that, but we do want our youth to belong. And so we don't let them wear necessarily like, jeans with holes in them or
I know.
things with
My,
imprints.
my boys always wanted to wear pajamas to school, but
So we try to provide at least uniform tops, and if pants, if necessary. We have had recently, we've had a need where students are coming without anything, and we have provided both tops and bottoms for them.
awesome. Yeah, that's certainly a way that donors and supporters could come alongside of you. Um, the other thing we talked about was just culture enhancement, that you'd like to do more things to bring kids to museums or the aquarium or art galleries. Talk about that. So many of us take that kind of thing for granted.
Yes, that's something you and I were talking about. We had just recently, we took a group of students from Polk and Pinellas to the Strawberry Festival. And it was a lot of for them, it was their first time going to something like that. And so that's something that I think we think of as basic and something that we may do every summer or every fall or spring with our families, but some of them haven't had the opportunities with their families to be able to do those types of things. So we would like them to see beyond the communities that they live in and be able to see that there are other things out there that they could access and actually do. So April actually, her calendar has been pretty full of activities, just trying to show her students a different way of viewing life. So if we had 30 and could take all 30 to the aquarium in Tampa, we would love to be able to do that.
Wow. Yeah, we take that kind of thing for granted, and some of these young people, just the situations they're working in, have never had that opportunity. The parents haven't had the money to take them to an art gallery or something like that, and just taking those blinders off and just helping them, like you said, see life from another direction really provides a cast of vision for them, helping them set a trajectory for their life. Help them through. Um, dream big. I'm the glass is always half full for me, but there may just be a company out there. There may be a sponsor out there. There may be a family out there that would be willing to help one of these young people with a college tuition, to help them with a laptop, some bigger needs. There are 5-figure, $10,000 plus opportunities to sponsor this program and to come alongside Strive Academy and do something very, very special for the kids. I know there's even things, there's some physical needs that they have on the property. New security fence, for example, is something that DaShawn has mentioned to me. But there's lots of ways that funders and sponsors can be involved. And I just want you to if you're interested in that, please just email us and let us know. And we could set up a chance for you to sit down, talk to DaShawn, tour the facility, meet the kids, and just really plug in. Sean, I know we've got some supporters on the phone today, maybe even a supporter or two that's helped fund a couple of those success awards. But anything you'd like to say to them?
Well, on behalf of my staff and Strive Academy, we just want to say thank you for any donations that are given and received, whether it's by Strive Academy or any of our Eckerd programs. Your donations allow us to go above and beyond with our students and our families. So we appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Take just a minute, DaShawn, and if somebody wanted to reach out and touch base with you, what phone number should they call? What email address should they reach out to? You mentioned your Facebook page, but how can people get in touch with you?
They can give me a call. My number is area code 321-917-6780.
Say it again real slow now.
321-917-6780.
Terrific.
And you could also email me, and that is at dasjohnson@eckerd.org, and that's D as in DaShawn, A as in Apple, S as in Sam, Johnson@eckerd.org.
Very good. Sean, thank you so much. Our kids are so special. to be ministered and cared for by you and your staff. We are so thankful for you. You're impacting lives. You're changing lives forever. When you think of there's so many stories like the young person you shared, where kids have changed their life, back on their feet, doing the right thing. Thank you so much. I want to remind folks next Wednesday at noon, we'll be meeting with Anton Gilden of Career Source in Pasco and Hernando. And it's kind of fun when we have programs that touch each other or close to each other, where we can help with one another. You know, I think about some of the young people that are maybe coming through a Strive Academy, getting ready to graduate, can move on and then actually get job skills and help with interviewing skills, and then placement through our Career Source program. So it's neat seeing our clients connect the dots, take advantage of these opportunities. And DaShawn, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We so appreciate you, so appreciate what you're doing at Strive Academy, and look forward to getting out and seeing you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Any questions, team? We'll get a lot of hand clap emojis I'm seeing. But any questions for DaShawn before we let her go?
Hey, Roy, this is Curtis with Project Bridge. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Curtis, how are you?
Hey,
You're on
good.
the move.
I'm on the move. First of all, DaShawn crushed it. Great job, DaShawn, as
Thank you.
always.
Appreciate it.
DaShawn has so much poise under pressure, and she demonstrates that with her clients as well. So this is no surprise how well she did. Just one thing for your donors, Roy, if for whoever's on, so many times with Project Bridge, our donors that get involved say, well, how can we get involved with youth that maybe aren't at the level of being in the system that your clients are? They're not at the back end of the system. How do we also help those that are more on the front end? And that's exactly some of the clients that DaShawn is serving. So if you do have a heart for saying, look, I want to help those that are high risk, 17, 18, 19, have been in the system for a while, but I also want to be able to touch the lives of those that maybe haven't experienced a long duration in the system. How do I do that? DaShawn's program is there. So it's a big opportunity to get involved on a whole nother level of DJJ as well and support the work they're doing. And they truly are doing some inspiring work for sure. So I echo what you said, Roy, and what DaShawn said. If you can get involved and help support the clients that they're serving, it can go a long way for sure.
Thank
Great.
you, Curtis. Appreciate that.
Great input. It really is pretty special that there really is a school with young people trying to change their lives that you can go see, be part of, come alongside DaShawn and her team and help them out. So that is.
And I do want to piggyback on that, Roy. We do have an opportunity to join our advisory board as well. So we just started our advisory board, I think in February. March was our second meeting. And so you could also contact me if you are interested in joining our advisory board.
Excellent. And what kind of, short of writing you a big donation, what kind of background are you looking for people to serve on the advisory board? I'm sure it's people who are leaders in the community, but talk to me about that.
So we're looking for people from law enforcement, people from the faith-based community. We're looking for citizens who are just in the community and want to give back. We're looking for anyone who has expertise in any area that our youth could benefit from, that we can pass on to our students. And I apologize, my landscapers are actually getting closer and closer to my house. I don't know if you can hear them.
We can't hear them, you can, but it doesn't bother us a bit. So, well, thank you so much. Just an excellent job. I'm looking forward. We have recorded this broadcast, and so we'll be getting it out on social media, and DaShawn will make sure it's available for you and your team, and we can even cut it up for you into sections so that you could use it in specific situations. So thanks so much for joining us today. Team, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at Lunch and Learn. DaShawn, home run. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.